I'd like to start off with things you didn't know about this Honda Civic. And the first thing is the breakaway mirrors. At least that's what I call it. And I have carbon fiber covers on this, but you can see that on the lower models, they do fold back if you need to. So here's another feature, and I don't know if there's any Honda fanatics in the house, but this feature actually opens the window from your remote on, this is the LX model. You press it once, press it again and hold it, and it'll actually roll the windows down. In order to close it, you actually have to go to the door and then lock it once and then lock it again and hold it, and that'll close the windows. Now you can't close it from the remote, but you can close it from the door. And you can also open it from the door by opening the door and then opening and holding it, and that'll allow you to roll the windows down. And here's another feature you probably wasn't aware about, is the locking gas cap. In order to get in the gas cap, you actually have to unlock the doors in the car and then push the gas cap in manually, and the door will open. Here's another great feature that you probably don't know about. There's actually an adjustable seatbelt. If you're a taller person, you can actually raise the seatbelt so that it fits across your chest properly, or if you're shorter, that you can lower it. Also, there's a hook that's hidden where you can hang up your suits and not get them wrinkled. There's also another item that you might not be aware of, is that you can actually raise your seat by pulling back on the lever multiple times, and it'll slowly pump the seat higher, so where it'll actually put you in a comfortable position. And obviously, if it gets up too high, you can lower it back down by pumping it back down, and this is on the manual seats. And this is something that probably a lot of people do not know about. If you made it this far into this video, and obviously there's a lot more that I could show you, please click like or subscribe. And here's another one that, not many people know about. There's a lever. This is on the LX model, Honda Civic 10th generation. There's a telescopic steering where you can actually put the steering wheel up, down, push it forward or back to suit your position. And, it makes the ride a lot more comfortable. So if your dealer didn't show you this little trick, maybe I can chime in here. So the turn signals, if you tap the turn signal, say to the left or to the right, it'll actually blink 3 times, depending on which direction you put it. So it's a touch type thing. You just touch it and it clicks to the left 3 times or to the right 3 times. And if you hold it down, obviously it'll stay blinking, but it's a nice little... If you made it this far in the video, you're going to see that you actually have to hold the trunk release down for several seconds, which is kind of odd, but it works. And that'll obviously allow the trunk to open. And to the left side of the trunk on the top, there's a release button for the seats. And if you pull that back, the seats will actually fold down where you can fit more storage. So another little trick that probably your dealer didn't show you is that if you can't get in your trunk, if you go into your back seat, and this is on the driver's side on this LX model, there's actually a little spot to where you can put your key in and then open up a little compartment, and this allows you to get to a little black lever which allows you to open up the rear trunk. So it's like a trunk release from the inside, so if the power does go out. What everybody wants to know is, what's that little blue light for? It's actually to illuminate your console at night so you can see what's going on. So in the past, for the AC system, the big thing is how do you shut off the AC while you got the defroster on? And actually in the new models you can actually control that by putting the defroster on, say, to the front, and then you can click the AC on or off yourself, so you can actually choose. You don't have to actually do the programming like in past models. So that was a big question for a lot of the fellow YouTubers in the past on some of the older generations. Obviously, if it's in your floor and on the defrost, you can also turn the AC on or off. And this next little segment is about dashboard illumination. You can actually increase or decrease the brightness of your dashboard by using the dashboard control, which is the little knob on the right on the dashboard. You can turn it clockwise or counterclockwise to increase or decrease the amount of brightness. And one of the last things I could touch on is there's a lock on the driver's side door that stops the passengers in the rear from opening or closing the window.